So we got a first peak squee. Or coral colony. We could finally make the wall meme work, starting with a coral colony. Squee's pretty good though. Squeeze pretty good. What do you guys think? Should we go for the meme? Should we go for the squee? Meme or squee, guys? What do you guys think? Should go for the meme? Fuck it, man. Well, we'll go for the meme. Fuck it. Let's go. Coral colony. Well, Rona's vortex or cut down are both pretty good. I guess we'll go with cut down. Cut down seems like a good one. Okay, so we got either a land, counter spell, negate lightning strike. None of these are particularly good. We could play protect the negotiators. I guess protect's good enough. Yeah, for sure. So we got the green wall, 3 lands, repossession's pretty good too. Repossession's pretty decent. Maybe we should pick the wall actually, just to fix our mana too. We'll have to play at least 3 colors. Playing walls, maybe 4. So that should be good. So we got Academy wall. Oh no, but we got the barricade. The barricade's pretty good. Yeah, we'll pick the barricade here. Land, another wall. Oh, I mean, we're on theme, I guess. Protection spell, wall searcher. That's pretty good. Let's go. Ooh, another coral colony. That's pretty good. So right now we have 1 billion walls already. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6 walls. Red is the only color we probably will not play. Unfortunate that we got this land. I guess we could grab the stall. It's pretty much what we need to do with this deck. Or just the impulse. I guess stall is better. That dude's probably fine. The flyer is fine too. Protection. Yeah, probably protection here. There's a land, that's good. None of these are particularly good in our deck. No good walls in this pack, unfortunately. I guess the Strider could be good. Atiova is also fine. Blast is okay. The Vine Shaper is also good. I guess the Strider is the best card here. Bortuk's really good. Probably just pick that. Because there's no real good wall. I mean, there's Academy wall, but I think Academy wall is pretty much the worst one we can get. So let's go with Bortuk. Can reanimate some stuff if we need to. So I got a Cruelty of Gix. Another wall. Cruelty of Gix. How good is Cruelty in our deck? We could search for anything we want. And we could reanimate something. For 5 mana, that's pretty good, right? I mean, Cruelty's gotta be the pick. It's a pretty good card. Overall. Draw is nice. The land is nice. I guess we could go with the draw spell for now. Yeah, let's pick the draw spell here. Sojourner is probably pretty good. It's gonna be a but Shalai's Acolyte's also decent in this deck. So we're just trying to stall. We kind of need some flyers. Let's pick Shalai. Shalai's Acolyte. Decent. Coalition Sky Knight, Impulse, Shore Up. I don't mind this Goblin either. Pretty good blocker. How good is the bird with endorsed? Perhaps good enough? Let's go with the Goblin. Another Barricade. Good. Another Drawbridge. Or a Lookout. Lookout's pretty good too. I guess we'll go Lookout here. So these are all trash. I mean, we could get the removal spell. Maybe that's not terrible. This guy's pretty good at stalling too. Oh, we got another wall. The wall memes. The wall memes are coming, guys. Land. Johnny's not great. We got a couple walls, but they're the bad ones. There's a Gardener. Gardener's good. I mean, a Johnny's not bad. We could play a Johnny, maybe. I don't think it will be amazing, but it could be good, I guess. Ooh, drag to the bottom's probably really good. Ooh, but the Bulwark too. I guess we should pick the board wipe though. Board wipe's gotta be worth it. Another Blast. Scout the Wilderness, probably good enough. Micromancer should be good, but we only have Cut Down right now, which could be kind of sketch. I guess we'll go with Micromancer as the better card here, probably. We can get another 1 mana spell. We should be good. So we got a couple lands here. Lands are probably good. We want to play this one just to make the 5-color thingy. Could be worth it. Instead of another Grove. Got Annihilate now. Or a Bog. Bog is a little bit worse though, because you don't have red. Shadow Prophecy should be good. Artillery Blast could be good. Just another removal spell, I guess. Ritual is okay. So we got the Voda, Pixie Shore Up. That's the good cards. I mean, we're not winning. So this would be our only options anyway. I guess the 3/2 is not terrible. The 1 mana guy is not terrible. Let's play another wall. Let's hope the other 1 mana wall would cycle. I think this was the pack and it did not cycle. Damn it. It would be pretty nice to have the 1 mana wall that can make your walls attack. I know this really matters. They're all trash. Doesn't really matter there. This as reach could be playable. So we have to cut 10 cards. 10 cards a bunch, but I'm sure we'll be able to cut them quite easily because there's still a bunch of crap in here. Yeah, Micromancer ended up not being good enough. Okay, so 4 cards. We have 18 creatures. Unfortunately, we couldn't get in any, like, the only way we have to win with walls is by milling. We didn't got the one that deals damage, and we didn't got the one that gives us the birds. It's quite unfortunate. So we have a bunch of walls and not much to do with them, I believe. It's unfortunate. Could end up just winning with value, because we have good enough value, I believe, too. But yeah, I think we have to cut some walls. We can't go like all in on walls, because we didn't even got the best ones. I mean, the middle one is good, but... So, what do we cut here? We have 3 removal spells, plus a board wipe. A counter, stall. We'd cut the stall. We have 4, 6, 7 walls. 8 walls. 8 walls in our deck. Yeah, I guess we gotta cut 2 creatures here. And it might be a couple walls, actually. Maybe not. We have some pretty decent flyers. We could cut the snare spinner. I don't think there's a need to have that. And we probably don't need Splatter Goblin either. Wow, this man is also terrible. It's not looking great, guys. I'm gonna tell you that. So let's see what we can do with this. Let's see what we can do with this. And our first opponent is Fernando Pizza. So we have a pretty decent hand here at the start. Unfortunately, we have no white mana, but overall it's looking pretty good. We can espionage eventually, so we should be able to find our white mana in a while. We drew a lookout. I mean, things, we just need one more. There we go. We got our white mana there. We draw some cards. The opponent didn't put anything in the board yet. Fortunately, we have no green to play our Rootwalla, but we just draw our second island to play Lookout, so that's not too bad. And yeah, the opponent now, it's pretty wide already. They also have the Menace dude that can pump their team, so we just get rid of that and pass the turn. Unfortunately, they have Captain's Call, which makes their flyer really big. And I mean, we could block to draw a card, but yeah, I think it's worth it because we're just gonna bring back our card with Bortuk. That's probably our plan for next turn. But no, we end up just playing our wall and getting our counterspell ready, which was a pretty decent decision there, countering a pretty good creature. And now we can block 2, we go down to 10, but we're looking pretty decent with Bortuk now. Just bring our Lookout back. Unfortunately, they pump their creature once again, but they decide to attack with everything, so we get to kill 2 tokens for free. And we just pass back. Now we can tap their creature with our wall. And yeah, we start applying some pressure too. In here, unfortunately, we have to sack our wall because we're down to 6. And we keep on drawing lands, but at least we're making a little bit of pressure with our Rootwalla. Attacking for 7 there, opponent's down to 9. If they don't have a creature, they can't really attack with their flyer or anything else. So they bone splinters our Bortuk, which is definitely fine. And now we can trade and draw a card, which is perfect. Find our Coral Colony, which at least can block their 3-1. We keep on applying some pressure, they block and sack. But we can play a couple walls here, so we should be good. Yeah, we realize we probably won't be able to mill them out, so we just grab the black wall, which can eventually gain us some life and draw some cards. The opponent plays a flying token, which will kill us in 3 turns. We keep applying pressure with Rootwalla. Our 7/7 has to get in there. So we just play another wall past the turn. They attack with the first striking guy, so we gotta chomp, but thankfully we have the wall, so we can sack it. We can sack our 1/3, but oh, actually we couldn't. Oh, we didn't have enough black mana, right? Because our auto tapper kind of sabotaged us there. We draw board wipe. The board wipe is super interesting here, but we can't use it and keep our Rootwalla alive because it would give -6/-6 to everything, and then when the goblin dies, they would put the -1/-1 thing on the Rootwalla and kill it. So yeah, this time we make sure we tap our mana correctly, leave up our black mana so that we can activate our wall. So in here we would be dead without the black wall because the bird's going to hit us for 3, but thankfully the wall gives us 1 life. So, and we drew a removal spell, so we don't even have to sack our wall. If we hadn't drawn that, we would have to sack our black wall there, but that was obviously even better. So now we get to hit them, they have to chomp. I mean, they don't have to, but they would go down to 3, which is kind of sketch. And we get to play Shalai's Acolytes. And we actually don't kick it here so that we can leave our wall activation up, which might be more relevant than having a 5/6 flyer. Because we have lethal anyway with Shalai's Acolyte plus the pump on Rootwalla. That's 10 damage next turn. So yeah, we just sack our wall, draw a card, gain a life. Opponent plays a chump blocker. But yeah, we draw the tapper and that should be it. GG's, Fernando Pita. GG's, my man. That was a close one. Victory 116. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for us. I mean, we're at banned right now. All our cards are castable. We have banned colors in our lands. We're only missing some black. So let's dig for a land here. There's a black mana. We also just bought him 4 other lands, which is pretty good because we're already up to 5. And I think we just pass here with our counter spell up. They need to pay like 2 more for whatever they want to do, and we make a token. Pretty good. We do nothing. Okay. So now do we play... They missed land. I guess we should draw some cards. Wow, more lands. Okay, let's play another wall. So we shouldn't draw lands for a while now. Okay, the opponent just couldn't find their own and conceded, which is good. Only 3 more games away from Diamond. Let's go, guys. Let's get it. Okay, so this is pretty good. We're gonna keep. And yeah, in this game, I mean, we're just gonna start with black playing a wall and get Essence Scattered, absolutely destroyed there. The opponent plays a flyer, which is fine. We have the artillery blast to kill it, but we're just going to put something out on the board ourselves at this point. So we play our Root Swallow, we take 2 damage, which is fine. The opponent plays a wall. So yeah, we just make a good attack there because they couldn't block. We could just pump our Root Swallow to kill their wall for free, and then we play our flyer. The opponent decides not to attack, which is pretty smart because we would draw a card. Now they do the wall chomp. I thought they had a removal spell there, but they didn't, which was perfect. But they have Miasma. At least we draw a card out of our lookout, and they hit us for 1 there. So now we kill their flyer while we can. Actually, the opponent protects it, and we just end up playing a couple walls and a tap land. Seems pretty fine. I mean, the opponent's hitting us for 3, but we're doing pretty good. Now we can tap one of their creatures and like take 3 damage at a time to milk a little bit more our board wipe. See if the opponent commits a little more into the board. But they end up just playing a draw spell, which is not what we wanted there. So we're just gonna mill them a little bit there, and now we have a perfect draw. We play a really good and big flyer, which they cannot attack through. So yeah, the opponent now needs to find an answer to that, and they just drew 5 cards, which is super scary. But we draw Cruelty of Geeks right after they drawing a bunch of cards, so we get to take their best creature out of their hand, and they really don't have much. So we just take the flyer, leave them with the cards that actually mill them, which is into our plan, because we're trying to mill them. And they're already down to 14 cards. So now they play a 5/5, and they play one of the mill creatures, so they mill 3 cards down to 11. We can activate our wall or tap one of their creatures here. Activate the wall that mills, but we choose to tap a creature to not take damage. So now we can choose any card in our deck and put it into our hands, and we end up going for... Dun dun dun! Wow, we're really thinking hard about this, but I think we end up going for Bortuk probably. Let's see. So we are considering grabbing a wall that gets another wall. But yeah, we just go for board took, grab our flyer. No need to rush their milling at this point. The opponent's already pretty low on cards, and we just need to stabilize on the board. So that's what we end up doing, and the opponent draws 2 cards from their graveyard, gains 2 life with repossession. But that's kind of fine. They didn't get anything too strong there. The bog is kind of scary though. So we mill them for 2 more and they get a Rona in their graveyard. So now we get a reanimation spell for free and we just go for the wall. Just really want to make our milling better there. So that's why we chose the wall. And now we're just chilling, trying to mill them out, so no need to attack, we just really need to block. So yeah, let's see what the opponent does here. We could have tapped the creature here, unfortunately we misclicked, but I mean we're still fine. The opponent attacks all of those, so now we just take the good blocks. If something goes wrong, we can always board wipe next turn. But yeah, we end up going like this, we mill them again for 3, and now we can tap their wall. They probably activate in response. So they do, deal 1 damage to us, plus 2 in the air, so we go down to 5 and draw a card. We get another wall, which is pretty perfect. But the opponent plays a Defiler. And another wall, drawing a card. So they're down to 3. Which means we can just play a wall and mill them for 3, and GG's. Got there with the wall plan, easy peasy. Oh, the 1-lander, we can't keep this. This looks a lot better. So, do we send our board wipe to the bottom? Keep 3 walls? I guess it is what it is. Also double black, just kind of far away with our mana right now. But yeah, so now we kept 3 walls. And yeah, the opponent starts with a 1-3 vigilance, so we're just gonna play a 1-4 wall. We do have the cut down, which is a pretty good draw there. So yeah, at this point we just want to play out our stuff. We can start milling them already, so we can mill them for 2. They don't really have good attacks here. We can just block both, and that's actually, we don't want to put any damage on our coral colony there, because that's a big part of our plan. We can already start milling them, so we just block with the 0-3. We play our land and pass. We actually can't cast cut down yet because we have no black mana. And yeah, I think now we need to start blocking with both our walls. We can't keep on taking all this damage. So yeah, the opponent just pumps their knight, so we take 4, but nothing else. We mill them for 2 again. And once more, we don't draw the land we needed, so we're just gonna keep on. Oh, but the opponent has a citizen's arrest, so that's bad. We mill them for 2 again, but they get rid of our coral colony, so this is not looking good for us, guys. This is not looking good at all. We are taking quite the damage here, down to 8, but now we draw our Frosty, which is pretty good. So the opponent doesn't really have a great attack here. They have a really wide board though, which is scary, but they don't attack there. And we finally draw some black mana. So you can play another wall, pass the turn, and now we really need to tap the mana sky, because otherwise we would take 6 damage from that, and we really can't. The opponent decides to attack Hall here, which is super scary, because if they have any kind of pump spell, we just die, but it is what it is. We make the best blocks we can, and they don't have anything to pump there, so we just go down to 3 and play another wall. We're gonna keep on tapping their Manus creature, and keep on blocking. We're not dead yet. So they make us sack a creature, so we just tap in response and sack our wall. And we're gonna have to block 3 creatures. But actually, we figure out that if because we could already see that they were going to sack a token there, so we just need to sack one of our walls in block 2 of their creatures there, and we would go down to 1. So we draw our second black source, which is absolutely perfect. It lets us play Bortuk and bring a wall back. So now we have more creatures than they do, and we can block every single one of their creatures, including the Manus guy. But we also have cut down. Okay, so they make us sack again, and this time we sack our 0/3 wall. So they don't have any attacks here, and we end up killing the Manus guy before they can pump it to fizzle our cut down, which was perfect for us. So we have 4 creatures to block their 4 creatures, so we're not dead yet. And we drew another one. The opponent didn't draw anything that turn. But now they drew 2 creatures. So we're pretty much dead on board, but we draw another creature, and now it's 6 versus 6. We are really hanging out to our life with teeth and nails, our 1 life point. And the opponent ponders attacking with their 3/3, but they end up not doing it. And now we draw a removal spell, which is absolutely perfect. Opponent draws another Manus creature that can pump all their team, which is super scary. So this is actually not looking perfect for us, but at least we have the wall to tap the Manus guy. So yeah, we just gotta keep holding on to dear life here. Just pass the turn. Yeah, the opponent sacks a creature, pumps everything. And now they play a Vivisector. We are pondering to kill the Manus guy before that thing comes in to deny them a scry, but it doesn't really matter because a lot of things will die anyway in this combat step, so it's not like one more scry is gonna make a huge difference, and using the removal spell on something else might be important. So now we just take the best blocks we can, and we're gonna have to actually kill the horse, otherwise we would die. So yeah, we just figure out blocks. We activate the Death Touch, kill the dude that we didn't block. And here we actually miss 1 activation on our walls, because we could sack our Bortuk to gain a life and draw a card, which could have been super relevant this game. Yeah, you can see my expression there on the live stream. I was just looking mad because I forgot to activate my wall. But it's fine, we just draw another wall, grab a land, and keep on playing. So we're still looking pretty good. We have our white wall to tap the Manus guy, so they don't really have any good attacks here. However, they find a removal spell. So now we activate and draw a card, gain a life. And we find Cruelty of Gix, which is pretty much just a reanimation spell at this point, because we can't afford to get the second step of that saga, because it would kill us. So we're looking at what we can reanimate, and we end up going for the Strider again. So we just tap their creature for 2 turns, hold on to dear life, we have a counter spell in hand. And we drew a Rutwalla, which is actually perfect, because that's a 7/7 right now. The opponent thankfully doesn't draw anything good for a couple turns either. So we can hold on a little bit more. The opponent's down to 9 cards. But they draw Halazil Core, which means if any of their creatures die, we take damage. And we're down to 2. So we're gonna fire up our counterspell there just to make the token, because they can pay for it. But the token can be relevant to chump for a turn, or to just give us like something to sack to our black wall and draw a card. So yeah, they attack with their horse. And this is really sketchy because they can sack 2 of their creatures to deal us 2 damage and grow their horse. So yeah, we just end up blocking like this and see if they want to sack something. This is actually pretty good because if they would decide to sack something, we can sack something as well in response. So there we go. They sack one, they can deal 1 damage to us. So we definitely need to sack in response here because we can't go down to 1. So we need our trigger on the stack to resolve first, and they let us, so we go up to 3 and draw a removal spell, which is absolutely perfect. But they just pumped that into a 6/5, which means it would trade with both our creatures, and we're fine with that. So we're just gonna let that go. Tap their Menace dude so that they can't use it to sack. And yeah, we go down to 1. We cannot kill their creature, their Menace creature, I mean, otherwise we would die. So we tap Alice Core here and kill it. Which leaves us dead to a removal spell, but thankfully the opponent didn't draw it. So they just passed the turn. And now we drew a Johnny. A Johnny can actually pump our creatures enough so that we can profitably block their 5/5, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So we just activate a Johnny, make our creatures a little bit bigger, and we actually have a free attack here because a Johnny also gives vigilance, and now we can trade their 5/5 for a 5/4 and draw a card. So the opponent doesn't attack, and we draw the Millwall, which is super perfect right now. The opponent's super low on cards. And yeah, we can just tap their Menace creature. We don't draw anything great, but that's fine. So we keep on tapping their Menace creature on upkeep. They have 4 cards left, which means we can just win. Oh my god. We actually clutched this game, dude! That's insane! That's insane. That's absolutely crazy, man. What a game. Jesus Christ. Actually insane. Let's go. Actually nutty, man. Actually nutty. Damn. Jesus. That's crazy. For sure Pogs, man. For sure Pogs. Pogs in the chat. Pogs in the chat, guys. What the hell was that? What the hell was that, man? That was insane. Actually insane. Actually crazy, bro. Pogs, Craigasms, whatever you guys want, dude. That was crazy. That was actually crazy. And now we're on to our 5th match of the draft. So in here we have a pretty decent hand. We can actually cast a bunch of our spells already. And we can just play our wall turn 2, which seems pretty good. The opponent also just played the tap land there, so we're looking fine. So yeah, we just play our wall, pass the turn. The opponent plays the infantry, which is scary, so we immediately just cut that down, and we can activate our wall already. So we start milling them. We get rid of a Wrath, which is pretty good. And the Essence Scatter are 1-drop. Oh, mega lol. So yeah, the opponent now plays a Talus Lookout, which is pretty good. We can do nothing about that right now, but we can search our deck for a wall, and we actually need lands at this point, so we're gonna get our green wall. So we take 3 damage, and the follow-up from the opponent is a Pixie. another flyer. So we're just gonna play our wall, find our land. There we go. We got our double black for the Cruelty of Gix next turn, and we just play a white wall, and we can activate our Coral Colony to mill them for 4. So they just cycle their blue spell, and we mill them for 4. And now we draw our board wipe, which is okay, we don't really need it at this point. So as long as the opponent doesn't do anything, this is looking perfect for us. I mean, we're just taking 1 damage and milling them for 4 every time, so we were obviously winning this race. So let's just keep on doing exactly that. Keep on drawing lands, passing the turn. Now we have a removal spell up. We have our wall activation to tap a creature. But they play a wall with haste. Okay, so that's a 3/3 haster. It's pretty fine. We're just gonna tap the flyer there, but they have a protection spell. And now we just block the 3/3. They try to shore hub and we artillery blast that. So that was a pretty good 2-for-1 there for us. The opponent's down to no cards. And they have 14 cards left in their deck. So we cannot play our other wall yet because we want to activate our white and blue wall, so we need 1 more mana to play the second Coral Colony there. So now the opponent decides to bounce our wall. So we end up taking a little bit of time thinking here, but we come to the conclusion that we should just activate, mill them for 3, and then board wipe. Because the opponent doesn't have anything in hand, we're gonna have 4 cards left because we're gonna play our board wipe and a follow-up wall. And yeah, I think the best shot we have at winning is like this. There's no need to risk it at this point. We're already super close to the victory. So yeah, we just want to make sure we activate this correctly. So yeah, we mill them for 3 and board wipe. So they get to choose 1 card and they draw another one. So they're down to 3 cards at this point. And they played nothing at all, so we're just gonna dump a bunch of our walls into... Actually just need 2, right? Because they're going to draw a card, and now we just need to mill them for 2 to win. We got there. We got there, guys. 5-0 and into diamond with walls, man. Oh my god. This is looking easy. Easy. Wall tribal, best tribe, man. Best deck. You don't even need the chaplains to make tokens. You don't even need the bogs to take that, to deal damage. Dude, just play Coral Colonies and mill your opponents every time. Easy. This seems okay. I mean, you obviously need to draw some lands. And now we go on with our journey. We're on match number 6 against Velvet Slugs. So opponent counters our first attempt to play a wall, but the rest of our hand is looking pretty good with a bunch of flyers that can end up the game pretty quickly. So yeah, we're not gonna trade our creature there, and now the opponent plays a Talus Lookout. So we just start with Cruelty of Gix, taking our Nertai out of their hand, and they end up with just 2 bite down. So they use 1 to kill our flyer there. Now we get to get the best card out of our deck into our hand. And at this point it's just a land. Because we just really need to play our board took and get back our flyer there. And we are looking pretty good. The opponent doesn't have any attacks at this point, so they just pass. And now we can either get a Nertai or we can get our wall back. And you know what? We're playing wall, so let's just get our wall. Okay, we start applying pressure with board took. The opponent doesn't block, so we just play another a 3/4. And the opponent just passes. They don't have anything. So yeah, we attack with both our creatures. They block and probably use bite down here to finish off our angel. Yeah, that is correct. So we just sack our creature and draw a card. So that was a 2-for-1 for us right there. The opponent plays a boat. which is kind of annoying because now we can only attack in the air, but that's fine, they're already down to 9, and we have 5 power in the air. So for some reason they tear asunder our 4-4 there, and we just sack it. I don't understand why they didn't try to kill one of our flyers there. But doesn't really matter, the opponent just blinks their Phyrexian thingy, and we hit them for 3, or we hit them down to 3, which means we have 1 lethal attacker in the air, and 1 more, so we attack with both. They have to jump the 3-2, they go down to 1. And yeah, now we can just play another flyer, and it's looking pretty good. So we have 2 lethal attackers right now. GG's. Not a wall game, but we still got our value out of our 1 black wall. We drew a bunch of cards thanks to it. Pretty good. I guess we keep this. We don't have green mana, but we have a cut down. Hopefully you can look out soon. And we're on to our final match. The final boss is Atrakud or something like that, which is a mythic player. So yeah, they play a turn 2 Balmor, which we immediately kill, and now we're just gonna try our flyer plan again. So we are both just playing lands at this point, not much going on. The opponent actually misses a land drop here. They tried to trill, but no land for them. So we can just play our second flyer there. That's what we do. We hit them for 3 and pass the turn. So the opponent removes our bigger flyer. First attack. I guess we're gonna play our Strider. It's gonna dump everything out. They don't have lands. Yep, GG's. That's the 7-0, guys. 7-0 with walls. Actual 7-0 with walls. Cool. Nice 7-0 with walls. Let's go.